What's going on, y'all? DZ here. Welcome back to the channel. Really excited for this one today. A little bit different environment we got here. Not in the gym. First, and I don't even know the last time I did a fucking out of the gym video, dude. But this is just kind of give a little insight. Just kind of on myself here. Not really much of just the training aspect, but just like me as myself, my personality, shit like that. The last time I think I did this was on Chris's podcast, actually. Last time we did that. So if you want to go check that out, go check that out. Banger right there. Very similar vibe. We got Graham in the cut. You can't see him right now, but he's over there. He's huffing and puffing. He's scared of the camera. Right, buddy? But yeah, man, we got a little Q&A today. So really excited to get into that. So without further ado, let's get to it. Yeah, so when it started, man, I grew up heavier. So I was a heavy kid growing up. Never had abs before. Then I started I wouldn't even say dieting, bro. I went into an extreme deficit just because I was so desperate just to have abs, dude. And I did that, but I didn't realize I didn't have a lot of muscle mass. So I got skinny fat kind of. I still had abs, but just not a lot of mass to me. And from that point, in my mind, I was I'm never going to lose these again. So I never went into a serious bulk, dude. So I stayed lean for years, man, which in a way, kind of fucked me. Because if I was just kind of more, I wouldn't say disciplined, but more guided in the sense I didn't really have a lot of knowledge on it when I was growing up like that. I didn't really have a lot of people kind of telling me that. I grew up not the most money. So we had mac and cheese and hot dogs, fried bologna sandwiches, grilled cheese, bro, anything like that. It was to a point, man, where I wouldn't even eat birthday cake. It'd be my birthday. I wouldn't be in prep. I wouldn't be nothing. But I'm no, I'm not eating this. Cookies, no, I'm not eating this. Which is, isn't a bad thing, but at the same time, bro, as a young kid, my metabolism was kind of slowing down because of that. So it would kind of mess with me. I wouldn't really call it an eating disorder, but I'd call it more of just more fear. Because I didn't want to feel the way that I used to feel when I was younger. Because I used to get fucked with all the time for being heavy. So I was a big kid, bro. Sixth grade, I was 195, 200 pounds, but it wasn't a good 200 pounds, you know what I mean? I was a big boy. And it kind of carried that whole way through middle school and through college, high school. I was an athlete. I always stayed active. I always played sports, but my eating was just so fucking bad, man. So bad. And I remember I got to college. I was eating, dude, 2 peanut butter and Nutella sandwiches every night, just mucking those. And I was making no progress, no gains in the gym, and I didn't understand as to why. So that would kind of mess with me a bit. But now that I'm more regimented. I've been more regimented probably for since I was 21, I'd say. So when I started competing. So from 21 to now, my metabolism was through the roof, dude. I was just talking to my coach now and he was saying he wants to keep on my high day for my prep, dude, I'll still be up at 4,800 calories. In a prep, that's insane. Because my last prep, dude, I was just constantly just dropping. Slowly dropping. But that's also why I think I came in so flat. Just because I didn't have enough time to really fill back up there. So, a lot better now, for sure. But beginning stages, dude, it was rough, man. It was rough. I hated food. I didn't like eating a lot because I thought I was going to get fat. That was in my mind. So that was the last thing I wanted to do. But now it's it's more regimented. It's a lot better. I still enjoy myself at times. Plenty of times in the off season, I'd go get 5 guys. And it's if you really want to grow, and this is to anybody who's had the same mindset or is in the same spot right now. If you want to grow, you got to eat. You might lose your abs a little bit. It is what it is. You might get a little puffy. You might get a little watery. It's just part of the game, dude. If you want to compete, you want to get big, then you have to go through those uncomfortable stages. It's the same way as if you want long hair, right? You got to go through that awkward hair stage where it doesn't look so great, or with your facial hair, it doesn't look so great. It looks kind of weird, but you got to, stay patient enough to where you know the outcome is going to be greater than what you're feeling right now. I typically eat the same stuff regularly, but I've noticed I stay a lot fuller when I have beef rather than chicken. Beef digests a lot better for me, which I know a lot of people are going to get mad about, dude, because they're going to be well, red meat is terrible for your stomach and for your gut and this and that. I've had nothing but good results from it. My digestion is fucking amazing. My metabolism, the way that I metabolize it, is amazing. Not a big fan of chicken. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not a fan of it, dude. I'll eat it if I have to, but I'd much prefer ground beef than chicken any day of the week. Oh yeah, eggs too. eggs,
Did they gross you out?
dude. I think it was my second show ever. I was still natty at the time, and I was out in New Hampshire, Granite State Open, out in Hampton. I was out near Hampton. Like my first meal of the morning, this was like 4 a.m. It was like a boiled egg and a chocolate chip pancake. The pancake was great, but dog, a cold boiled egg at 3 a.m. just made me want to fucking throw up. If you want to see that clip, it's actually in the first fucking video ever that we posted. So slide all the way down. It's in the first video. Dude, I almost threw up. That shit was disgusting. It put me on like this, like I wouldn't eat eggs for like 7 months, 8 months after that. I wouldn't fucking do it, dude, because they just gross me out. But now I eat eggs like every morning. Oh, tremendous, dude. Fucking, because like when I first started competing, my first 3 shows, I was natural. And like I said before, like I wasn't that big. I didn't go through an off season before. I was already like a naturally lean dude. Well, not naturally, but I was lean as fuck at the time. So at my old job where I was at, they were like, why don't you just start competing? I was like, fuck it. All right, why not? I'm not going to lie. I was one of those dudes where it was like, I'm not getting on stage in a Speedo. Like I got a little weirded out by that. But once I got out of my own head with that shit, just kind of like pushed that little egotistical part of me to the side there. Well, I went through my first show and I'm like, this is awesome. I have no fucking clue what I'm doing, but I love it. And it was like, never wanted to stop since. So like from there to like my last natural show, I just say it was very similar. I feel like I stayed the same size through a lot of that. Cause at the same time, I'd compete year after year and I never really got to put on the right amount of size there. I always like, even now I say like, if I go into an off season, I need at least 1.5 years of growing at least. Cause you're not going to grow in 6 months. Cause you got to think after your show, you're going to rebound for probably 6 weeks, 8 weeks, depending on who you are. You have to rebound. So, all right, that's another 2 months down, right? I'm going to bulk for 5 months and then go into another 5-month prep, like, or 16-week prep. It's not enough time. It's not enough time to grow at all. Like if you see like guys like Wesley Vissers last year, he skipped out on the Olympia because he knew he needed to grow. And this guy's a fucking top Olympian. So if a guy like that, who's been doing this for years, who's been running for years, knows that he needs to take that much time off, same thing with Samson, dude. If you need to take that much time, like, then you need to take the time, dude. The stage is always going to be there. So it was definitely different. But then when I started competing unnaturally, dude, when I hopped on, I think I hopped on in 2023. I believe I ran my first cycle there. And from my last natural show, from being 180, my first NPC show, Rhode Island, from last year, I was 208. So I was about 30 pounds of like lean muscle tissue that I threw on from just that like 1.5 years of growing. And now the goal for this year is be at least 215 to 220. My height cap for classic is 224. So if we can be closer to 220, hopefully you can be one of the heavier guys in the class, man. So that's one of the biggest goals there, but it's completely different ball game. They only push the negative parts of it, right? Like you see a lot of guys, oh, this guy died at 40 because of steroid usage. I promise you that it wasn't just because of steroid usage. It was the lifestyle he was also living. A lot of these guys don't take care of blood work. They don't go see doctors. They blast an astronomical amount for too long. A lot of these guys take up partying after. You're drinking, you're blowing coke, dude. Your liver's already taking a hit. So like if you're not taking the right precautions and safety measures into doing it, I'm not going to say that steroids are safe because they're not. It's not a safe thing at all. But there are safer, I put those in quotation marks, safer ways to do them. And I always tell people, if you're not going to compete, don't hop on. Don't waste your time, dude. Like at all. The most, maybe some TRT if your test is actually low. Maybe like get your training consistent first, get your diet consistent first, make sure your sleep and recovery is consistent first. And then if you want to try something like that, then do it. But you have kids who are 16, 17, 18, dude, your balls haven't even dropped yet. And you want to hop on cycles, dude. You're going to fuck yourself in the long run tremendously. Like I want to have kids at some point. And I know with what I'm doing right now, there's a chance that that might not happen. Granted, there are other things you can take to kind of kickstart your fertility again, but that doesn't happen for everybody. You know what I mean? Just like Look at dudes like C-Bum, dude. C-Bum's been blasting since he was like 18. 6-time Olympian before the age of 30. And I think he has a kid. I think he has another one on the way, maybe. I could be wrong. But like, it's possible. You can still do it. It just depends on the person. Jay Cutler, same thing, dude. He was around when the Mass Monsters was around, and he's still kicking just fine, dude. Just fucking fine. Lee Priest, kicking just fine. Arnold, just fine. So it all depends on the person. Depends on how you go about things, how you treat your actual health outside of the steroids. Like, after every cycle, I go get my blood test, make sure all my levels are good. I go donate blood, make sure everything's good there. You know, I go see my doctors. I go through little health phases. I don't stay on for too long. And that's what you need to do. It's not about the doses you take. It's about what you do with those doses. You got to eat properly, sleep, get your steps, get your cardio. Cardio is huge. Especially like even if you're in an off season, you're trying to grow, you have to do cardio because your heart is taking such a fucking hit. You want to make sure that you're keeping your heart healthy. Make sure you want to keeping your blood pressure down. A million different things that you need to do. But for me personally, I love it. I love it. I love how I feel when I'm on it. I love the results that I get when I'm on it. To me, it's awesome. To me, it's awesome. I'm not advocating for people to do it, but I'm telling you my personal experience. And if you're going to compete and you want to compete serious, then it's something that you may want to look into. Obviously, there's different federations you can go into, the OCB, the ANBF, all those like natural federations, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to stay natty, stay natty. I recommend you do. But if you want to go the NPC level, then you're probably going to have to get on because everybody else is on, especially if you want to be a top of the line guy. I'm not doing it for like a bucket list or like a hobby. Like, this is something I want to make a career out of. So you have to be able to sacrifice and put certain things on the line to be able to get to where you want to go. There's never been a sane person who's been successful. You have to be a little bit obsessed, a little bit tapped in your head to be willing to do these certain kinds of things. And it's tough. Like with friendships, relationships, people don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, if your partner doesn't like what you're doing, then they're not going to be a good support system towards you. If they're constantly giving you shit about what you're doing, they're not going to be a good support system to you. So just kind of having somebody who's like level-headed, who understands the goal, who understands where you're trying to go and can kind of help you get there, keep your mind at ease, then that's probably the person you want to stick with right there. But yeah, no, I love it, dude. It's been nothing but fucking positive for me so far, God willing. Still got a full head of hair, so bro, that's honestly one of the main things I care about there. I don't want to lose this fucking lettuce, man. Once I really started getting into my faith, and I think I've talked about this before, but once you put him first, no matter what you're doing, where your path is, you put him first, he gives you with so much abundance. Like, he gives you things that you didn't even ask for. But at the same time, you have to be ready to go through those trials. And when the storm comes, you want to be prepared. And what I mean by that is, like, even when shit gets hard, keep your faith high, right? Put him first before anything that you do. God's before bodybuilding, right? So if something ever happened to me where I couldn't bodybuild anymore, I know it was in God's will that I'm not supposed to do this. But just having like that faith and knowing that he wakes me up every day. I have this purpose in my mind. And I've been using fitness to kind of reach people before I started competing, before the bodybuilding. So the fact that I can have a platform, spread his word as much as I can, and I get to do what I love, there's nothing better. Like, it genuinely does not beat that. Having your faith high, staying in your Bible, staying in the word. When things get hard, just know things are going to be okay. Even when he's quiet, that's where a lot of people tend to fall and they start to question him. Well, I prayed for all these things and nothing's happening. Because you have to prove yourself first. You have to prove that you're ready before you get what you ask for. Because if you just ask for something, you automatically get it. You're not going to be appreciative of it. But once you work for it and you put the time in, you put the pain in, and then you get it, it feels so much better. And then once you keep with that, that's another thing. A lot of people, like, once their prayer is answered, they fall back. They don't start talking to him as much. They can like, oh, well, I already got it, so I don't really need him anymore. I'm telling you, if you keep on going to him first, even when you're successful, you're making the money you want, you're making the results you want, like whatever it is, and you keep on putting him first, the abundance that he gives you is so much more, man. So much more. And to me, like, that's been everything. For me, at least, like, I had to put kind of my own ego and my own pride to the side and stop leaning on my own understanding of things. Proverbs 3:5-6 says it the best, right? You got to trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean away from your own understanding of things. Because when I was doing things my way, I wasn't getting anywhere. I was messing up. I was depressed. I was anxious. Wasn't making any results anywhere. I was a miserable person. But just having a higher power to really lean on kind of just brings you like more guidance, gives you something to rely on. I have faith every day when I pass, I'm going to go to heaven. I have that faith because of the relationship that I have. I'm not a perfect person. I sin damn near every day. I cuss. I get road rage sometimes, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a human being. But at the same time, it's okay. You just have to try. You just have to try. My best advice to somebody is crack open a Bible. Go to church. Reach out to somebody that you know that's into that can guide you. It can be hard because there's a lot of, I don't want to say like fake Christians, but there's a lot of fake Christians. A lot of people who portray the word, but they do nothing that the word says, right? They do the exact opposite. And those are the people you got to watch out for. Like you have to do this, and this, but they're not doing this, and this, right? And like I said, you're going to sin, you're going to fall. Ask for your repentance, ask for your forgiveness, and do your absolute best to not fall into that same temptation, that same sin ever again. And you're good, man. You're good. There's only one Almighty God, nobody else. There's one. And that's why Christianity is the most slain religion in the world. Nobody talks about Muslims like that. Nobody talks about Buddhists like that. Nobody talks about atheists like that. Why is it only Christians? Because they know that He's the Almighty. We live in a very satanic world. We live in a very demonic world. Look at anything you see on Instagram. OnlyFans. Lust everywhere. People getting killed for no reason. This, dude, it's sickening. And that's what they want to portray to us. So we're so desensitized to it. You can see a video of a dude getting shot and killed and like, this is normal. It's not supposed to be normal. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to feel that type of way. So you gotta lean on to Him. That's the one and only way you're ever going to get to where you want to go, is by putting Him first. And if you don't believe me, just try it. Just try it for yourself. You don't have to take my word. You don't have to take anybody else's word, but try it. I've never met somebody who turned their life to Christ and their life got worse. Never seen it. Just notice how much happier you are, how much more pleasant of a person you are, how all your anxiety and depression just goes out the door. It's washed away. I grew up a very timid kid. I was very unconfident. I was very shy. I wouldn't talk. I used to stutter when I would introduce myself to people because I was just so uncertain of myself. But now I talk to every single person that I see. I can be walking the dog. Hey man, how are you? How are you guys? Have a great day. It doesn't matter, dude. Just little things like that. Just little things that can boost your confidence while also boosting other people. That can make them feel good. Because you say hi to somebody, you don't know what they're going through. That hi can make them feel like the best person in the world just because you acknowledge their existence. Because a lot of people don't feel like they exist. They're just here. Say to myself after the shows, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. So many of us don't tell ourselves that we're proud of ourselves. We don't see all the good that we do for ourselves. We just see the bad. You can do 100 good things. You do one bad thing. You feel like the worst person in the world. That's the evil one. That's the devil trying to talk to you. It's not true. So any of those lies that you feel inside of your head, like if you do something wrong and you feel like you're the worst person, it's not true. We all make mistakes. But for myself, man, like I'm very proud of how far I've come. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed. And I would tell them, just keep going. Job's not done. There's no IFBB in front of my name yet. So you got to keep going. Enjoy this moment now. Be grateful for how far you've come, because there's a lot of people who wish they were in my position right now. And just thank those people. Thank the people who support you. Thank the people who turn their back on you, the people who left you. All the good things be grateful for, and all the bad things be even more grateful for, because those are the things that really shape you. Good things don't shape you, bad things do. Bad things turn you into the person that you're gonna be. You can either sit and dwell on them, feel sorry for yourself about them, or you can acknowledge it happened, understand why it happened, and never let it happen again. Very, very important. And as for these shows, man, we got 2 coming up. We just changed the one in October. We changed Maine, so I'm not doing Maine anymore. I'm still doing New England's on the 24th of October. And then 3 weeks after that, I'm flying to South Carolina. And I'm doing South Carolina State Championship on November 14th down there. Coach Kyle, we're coming. So I know here that's closer to him. So we're going to go, yeah, man, we're going to go take an overall somewhere. We're going to take an overall, man. God is my witness. We are going to take one. And if there's one thing that I will always tell myself, no matter what, my hand gets raised as that overall, thank the Almighty first. This is the only reason that I'm there. Only reason that I'll ever be there. Always. So just be proud of yourself. Look back to where you used to be and look to where you are now and be like, damn, I really got this far. So why can't I keep going? First show was 5 years ago. And look where I am 5 years later. So imagine 5 years from now, I'll be 30, 31. Nothing can stop me. Nothing. As long as I got God on my side, nothing can stop me. Hands down. I just appreciate everybody who's been tuning into the videos for all these years. You know, all the help I've been getting between Garrett, with Chris now. Been tremendous help towards me. You know, these guys taking a risk on me. You know, I'm very thankful for that. All the people who watch, who comment, who share the videos, you know, who stay tuned in with me. I'm very appreciative for that. And Prep Series coming soon. Prep Series really coming soon. We have a lot to do. A lot of fun to be had. You're going to get the nitty gritty of everything. And I'm so excited for it. This is going to be my best prep yet. Every prep continuously gets to be better and better and better. So this one's going to be the next best one until the next one comes, and then that one will be the next best one. And I'm just excited, man. Just very thankful, very blessed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends, mothers, cousins, aunties, your dogs, and I'll see y'all next time.